I'm so happy to be, in the family I'm in with my siblings and my father.
Tiffany Trump has always seemed like the odd one out in her family. Whenever she gets talked about, it's usually for all the wrong reasons. From her crazy partying habits to her difficult relationship with her dad, Tiffany's dark side will shock you. Tiffany has never really met her father's insane expectations, and it must have been hard for her to grow up in the shadow of her glamorous sister, Ivanka. Donald's kids have all made jokes about Ivanka being the favorite child, but it had to have stung Tiffany a little bit to know that Ivanka was Donald's favorite daughter too. In October 2020, Tiffany celebrated her 27th birthday. She spent a notorious week partying in Miami, and she got into so much trouble over her antics on social media. A hashtag called #ByTiffany started trending. Although Donald spends most of his time in Florida, there were no pictures taken of Donald with Tiffany in Miami during her wild birthday celebrations. At least he wished her a happy birthday on Instagram. And Ivanka posted a seemingly sweet message to Tiffany on Instagram too. Ivanka wrote, "Hope this year marks your best turn yet around the sun. Love you so much." While that certainly sounds like a nice sister, Ivanka did something crazy that makes you wonder how close the sisters actually are. Because when Ivanka posted the birthday message to Tiffany, she tagged the wrong Instagram account. Tiffany got even more heat than usual over her 27th birthday in Miami. Since it happened when the global pandemic was reaching its height, critics tore into Tiffany for going to fancy restaurants and not socially distancing. She went to hot spots and was photographed dancing and drinking. Tiffany enjoyed the beach with her girl squad in a blue swimsuit, and the only time she was pictured wearing a black sequin face mask was when she went shopping. Sadly, if one vicious rumor was true, there could be a reason why Donald and Tiffany weren't photographed together. In September 2019, Donald fired someone very close to him. It was his personal assistant. The former assistant's name is Madeline Westerhout, and she allegedly told reporters that Donald did not want to be photographed beside Tiffany. The reason why is shocking. Madeline alleged that Donald said Tiffany was too overweight, and it allegedly bothered him to appear in pictures beside his daughter, which, if true, is just horrible. Shortly after Hurricane Maria devastated the island of Puerto Rico in 2017, Tiffany posted something shocking on her Instagram account. It's hard to believe that Donald would be disappointed in this picture of Tiffany. She posted an image of herself wearing sky-high heels and a tight black lace mini dress. Critics online railed Tiffany for her alleged insensitivity. One commenter said that Tiffany would look way better in rain boots, helping the people suffering in Puerto Rico. There wasn't an official comment from President Trump over this Tiffany controversy, but that wasn't uncommon for Donald not to talk about Tiffany. Sources have claimed for years that Donald and Tiffany sometimes go months without speaking, and after Donald took over the White House in January 2017, his relationship with Tiffany allegedly got even worse. It didn't help that Donald's relationship with Tiffany's mother, Marla Maples, turned nasty after their divorce in 1999. Donald called Marla selfish, and when Marla moved to California, she took Tiffany with her. Tiffany only saw her father and half-siblings during spring break when she was growing up. While she claimed to have a great time with the family whenever she visited Mar-a-Lago, insiders allege that Tiffany often felt awkward and not totally welcome. Tiffany also made shocking comments to the press about her relationship with Donald growing up. She told Du Jour magazine that she didn't know what a typical father figure was. And as far as her half-siblings, Donald allegedly made an even more shocking comment to Howard Stern in 2017. He claimed that Ivanka and Don Jr. tried to cut Tiffany out of an inheritance. The first time Donald appeared at the Republican National Convention in 2016, Ivanka got the privilege of introducing her father to the thousands of attendees. Although Tiffany wasn't just left on the sidelines that night, she had to appear on stage with the rest of the family. But some people noticed something strange about Tiffany at the Republican convention. It was the dress she was wearing. Tiffany's appearance that night was so shocking, it made some people track down the unflattering outfit she was wearing. You will not believe this. Tiffany had to wear a discount dress from the sales rack at Bloomingdale's. Allegedly, she had nowhere to run to get a better quality dress suitable for a future president's daughter, and she was allegedly too embarrassed to ask her rich older sister for any help. Tiffany rarely campaigned for Donald during his presidential campaigns. Donald seemed to rely more on his older sons and especially on his so-called chosen one, Ivanka. But Tiffany did make one shocking appearance at a Trump campaign event in Tampa, Florida. It was so bad, critics called it awful, and Tiffany even got accused of lying during her speech. This was in October 2020 when Tiffany spoke at a so-called Trump Pride event. She said that she knew what her father believed in and that he had always supported the entire gay community. After her crazy speech, critics lashed out at Tiffany with lists of Donald's anti-transgender and anti-LGBTQIA actions during his time in the White House. That was insane, but nothing like the other alleged Tiffany scandal that blew up the White House during Donald's presidency. This scandal was so shocking, a rumor about it was included in a book by an award-winning journalist named Carol Leonig. Carol's book is Zero Fail: The Rise and Fall of the Secret Service. In the book, Carol described an inappropriate relationship in the White House between Tiffany and a Secret Service agent. Although Tiffany and the mystery agent both issued denials that anything happened, their secret inappropriate relationship allegedly occurred sometime before 2019. Tiffany, and it supposedly happened after Tiffany went through a bad breakup with an ex-boyfriend. Whether or not the rumor contained any truth, Carol claimed in her book that agency officials got concerned about how close Tiffany was getting to one tall, dark, and handsome agent. In 2019, Tiffany's personal life became public again. She met a guy who was on vacation in Greece. His name is Michael Boulos, and they started dating seriously. While Tiffany may not have grown up as wealthy as her dad and half-siblings, she seemed to make up for it after she met Michael. Tiffany and Michael posted lots of glamorous photos of parties they went to and vacations they took together. The press even called Tiffany part of the rich kids on Instagram. In January 2021, Donald was preparing to leave office. It was a crazy time for the Trump family because Donald was also facing his second impeachment trial. Tiffany posted a farewell message from the White House on her social media, but shockingly, her message was far from doom and gloom. Tiffany had something to brag about. She announced her engagement to Michael. He came from a Lebanese-American billionaire family. At least Michael always seems to support Tiffany on social media. It was surprising to learn several years ago that Tiffany managed to get into Georgetown Law School. When she graduated from Georgetown, Michael made sure that the world knew about it on Instagram. And as their wedding plans began to heat up, it was clear that Tiffany and Michael wanted their wedding to be a spectacle. One source claimed that the couple wanted an event that was fit for their prestigious family names. In November 2022, Tiffany wed Michael at Mar-a-Lago. Tiffany wore a designer wedding gown by Elie Saab. She looked gorgeous, and Donald certainly seemed to be proud as he walked his daughter down the aisle and posed beside her in pictures. But what is Tiffany doing now? Sources claim that law school graduate Tiffany has not taken the bar exam yet, and other sources claim that Tiffany wants to enter the family business. But the Trump organization is currently facing a $250 million lawsuit in New York, so maybe that's not the right career choice for her right now. But anyway, what do you guys think? Do you think Tiffany got into law school because of her last name? Did you follow her relationship with Michael on social media? Did you see the pictures of her lavish wedding? Let me know in the comments below.